So you've picked up your first few detailing customers, you go to their location, but you're still not sure on what to do or what to say, where to park, what to look for, how long it should take you to set up your detail setup and how long to break it down. And in this video, I'm gonna give you a general sense of what I do, what I say when I get to a new customer's location. So, how long does it take me to set up, to break down my setup? What do I say? Where do I park? What do I look for before I get started, just to make sure the workflow as I detail is smooth and seamless. So I'm Oscar with detailgroove.co, where I help you start and grow your car detailing business. So go ahead and like this video, subscribe, and check the description box down below to get more information on starting or growing your detailing business. So before I get to the customer location, before the date of the detail actually comes, 2 days before, I contact them to confirm that we're still on for the appointment date. So, I'll call them and say, hey, are we still on for Monday at 8 a.m. just to confirm, just in case your schedule hasn't changed or anything. So I'll confirm with them 2 days in advance. And when I call to confirm or email or text, I'll also ask them, hey, when I get there, do you prefer if I call or text you? And this is primarily just to make sure, if it's in the morning, maybe they have kids, or maybe they don't want to wake up someone, or they don't want to be too loud, whatever it may be. But I just ask just to be, inconvenience to them. Maybe they don't want to be bothered with a phone call. So I ask, hey, when I get there, do you want me to let you know that I got there, via text or phone call, whatever one you prefer. And then obviously they'll come out. But before, I don't pull in my car until I talk to them a bit and make sure that I have the driveway to myself, because typically I want to work in the sun if the sun's available and if it's not too scorching hot, because it reveals a lot more than the lights. And if there's not much room in the garage, not much light, if it's kind of tight, it makes it a bit more of a hassle. But if I wait till they pull out their car, that way I know where they're parking. Or maybe there's another car in the garage that needs to be pulled out. Maybe, this is something else you want to ask, is that, hey, is it okay if I park here? Is anyone else going to come? Am I going to have to move my stuff around? Just confirm with that before you get started. That way, while you are detailing halfway in and you're trying to crank it out, they're going to tell you, hey, look, do you mind if you move your stuff because someone has to come in to get something, or they have to park in the garage, whatever it may be. So confirm that before you get started, saying, hey, look, am I okay, be here? Am I going to have to move it? Am I going to disturb anyone? That way your workflow is as seamless as possible while you're working and not being interrupted. So once they know, and this is kind of going a bit out of order, but once I know, no, I'm not going to be in anyone's way, once I've talked to them a little bit, then I'll pull in reverse, just because it's easier to access all my stuff in reverse than if I park forward. So once you pull up, you're gonna walk to them, you're gonna greet them, you're gonna say, hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Robert, Dustin, John, Diego, Noah, how are you doing today? And then you want to just engage in a little small talk. So this could be anywhere between a minute to 5 minutes, because maybe they themselves are busy, so they don't want to spend too much time talking to you. So just a few minutes, just not detailing related, but just engaging with them and maybe talking about their car, their area, how long they've been there, or they have their day off today, what their profession is, how long they've been doing it, talking about their car. If it's, because obviously they're going to care about their car because they're paying you to detail it. So maybe ask a little bit about how long they've been having it. It's a nice car. The value looks like does it retain its value? Whatever it may be. But just make a little small talk, 1 to 5 minutes. But always keep it in the back of your head that you still have a detail to complete, and you have to keep it very tight, because a lot of times you can fall into the trap of just talking to the customer for a while, and then you end up eating like an hour or two of your time just because you keep on talking to them. So be very mindful of that, because if you have, in the beginning phase, you're probably not going to fall into this problem, but if you have other customers to attend to throughout the day, then you really need to keep that schedule tight, because you have to get to the next customer on time. So making sure that you actually talk to them, engage, and really get to know them, let them get to know you a little bit, but then always be very conscious about how long you're actually taking on your detail. But once you have made that small talk, then you're gonna go into, okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on your car. Let's say, interior cleaning, engine cleaning, whatever it may be, and say, so is there anything specific that you really want to you really want me to attend to? Is there like something very particular that's really annoying you, or that you really want me to put my attention on? And this is because obviously out of a engine cleaning, out of full interior cleaning, out of a wash and wax, out of a scratch removal, there's going to be something very specific that's just eating away at them, and they're going to be hyper focused on that one area. So before you get started, so you already have a clue of where you really need to focus on, because they're going to put their eyes mainly on that stain or on that problem area, then go ahead and ask them from the get-go, walk around the car with them a little bit, and just, you know, they're gonna open the doors or open the hood and say, hey, look, this is how it looks. You know, it's really bad, it's ugly, it's clunky, whatever. And again, just ask them, hey, look, is there any specific area that you have a concern with? Is there something that's really bothering you? Just to, you know, identify that real pain problem. And this could have been done when you talk to them over the phone. But again, just to confirm, say, hey, is there any problematic areas that you want me to attend to? That way you are sure of getting it. So, you know, even if you have everything else right and you miss that one spot, they will be hyper focused on that one spot. So, and at that point, it's good to let them know, like, hey, look, just to let you know, some of these spots may not come out due to XYZ reasons. Again, this could have been talked about on the phone call. Just confirm with them again. Because, hey, again, you know, I don't know how long it's been here, the stain, the material, the fabric, the actual spill, what, you know, the liquid it was. I may not be able to get it out, but I'll do my best to bring it back to the best condition possible, or whatever it is that you're servicing. But again, you're just explaining to them, you're communicating very thoroughly on what's going to take place. So once that takes place, you say, okay, I'll go ahead and get started. If I need anything, I'll give you a call, or I'll text you, or I'll ring your doorbell. But other than that, as long as I have my electrical plug, and then, you know, they'll show you the electrical plug, and the water source, they'll show you the water source, then I should be good to go. And then you just get started. And then they're gonna walk inside, and then now it's game on, and you gotta go full throttle. So now I'll get my equipment set up, regardless of what I'm doing, interior, paint correction, wash and wax, engine cleaning. It doesn't take me but a couple minutes to get my equipment set up, because again, it's not much. I'm not bringing a full setup, so it's actually not that much. And as I work, I only bring out what I need, so I'm not gonna spill out everything that I absolutely need. I'm gonna take it step by step, because for one, it helps me keep organized, and I just don't like seeing a bunch of equipment, tool supplies laying everywhere. So if I'm doing an headlight restoration, I will only bring out on the phase that I'm working on. So I won't lay out all the sanding paper, the compound, the polish, the different pads. I won't do that. I'll just go step by step. It does take me a little while, and it's very trivial, but it does take me a bit more time to walk back to the car. And again, it's trivial. It's like I'm adding minutes, but it does take me more time to go back to the car and come back, as opposed to just having everything laid out. But to me, for me, because there's a lot of equipment and supplies involved with that, it helps me stay a lot more organized. And when it's time to clean up, when it's time to wrap up the detail and then go back to the shop or warehouse or wherever you're going, to me it's the garage, and to, you know, put everything back out and clean everything up, it's a lot quicker then. So I'm taking just a few more minutes on the front end on doing the actual headlight restoration or whatever thing I might be doing. But on the back end, when I get home and I have to throw stuff away, clean items and stuff like that, I save myself time there. So it's a trade-off. You have to figure out what works good for you, what takes you more time, where you want to be more efficient and effective. But so as I go, I just use, you know, I'll use what I absolutely need. If I'm not going to use that anymore, I'll put it back so I keep it nice and organized. I keep everything clean and not everything's going all over the place. And to me, it does something like, you know, psychologically, I guess, if you want to say that, where you know, if I see that I'm minimizing my products and tools, I'm wrapping up toward the details, so I get a bit more energy, because I'm getting to that point where I'm wrapping it up and I'm about to leave. Because, you know, as much as we love detailing, after 3 hours, I kind of want to get out of there. So once I start seeing less and less products and tools and equipment out laying around, I'm getting more motivated because I'm about to wrap it up. So keep that in mind. Let me show you. So I'll come in and get my ladder first. Make sure it's locked down. And come back and get my interior detail box, crate, whatever you want to call it. Next are only the towels that I need, so I'll grab maybe 4 or so and dump it into the box. And then I'll get my APC cleaner, because that's all I use primarily. And this isn't the APC, but I'll get it anyways. I'll take off the reel, the electric cord, I'll lay it down, set it up, roll it all the way out. And then I'll take this box, because I don't use it as often, and I'll just put it back, close this door, get my steamer, hook it up, turn it on, and then we are good to go. This is essentially all I do for interior cleanings. Some will vary, again, yes, depending on the condition it's in, what I'm gonna do. But typically that's all I'll bring out: the towels, my brushes, APC, the electrical cord, the steamer if needed. And when I bring out the steamer, I already preheat it at home. That way when I get there, it only needs to start up and we're good to go. That way I don't waste any time waiting for it to heat up, and then I'm ready to go. If it's this almost the exact same process for wash and wax, for engine cleaning, for whatever it is, I only take out a few minimal products and tools that I don't need, that I'm going to use right then and there. And then as I clean and I know for a fact I'm no longer going to need that, then I will remove those products and put them back into my van. So if I'm doing like you see here with the interior cleaning setup, I didn't bring out my vacuum because I don't use it till the very end, so I'm not going to bring it out. Now on the contrary, if I need a vacuum, of course I'll bring it out and I'll keep it there, but typically I'll wait to the very end to bring it out, and by that point I'll start putting in other things into the van so I don't have as much clutter outside. And again, I want to keep it organized outside. I don't want to have a mess out for the customer where I have to navigate through all this stuff, potentially fall on something or break something. So that's also something you want to avoid. So that's essentially the process I'll take. It doesn't take very long. Again, because me, I keep it very simplistic. I don't bring a lot of things anyhow, so it don't take that much time. And so wrapping it up, it's the exact same process going backwards. I'm just putting what needs to go in back first into the van, and then I'll wrap everything up. And when it comes time talking to the customer, again, I'll give them a call, give them a text, ring the doorbell, and I'll talk to them, walk them around their car, explain what I did, and just show them around, answer any questions they may have, answer any questions before they have those questions. For instance, like if it's for whatever it may be, some stain, some scratch, just explain beforehand before they look at it themselves. And then other than that, do a bit more small talk a bit more about the car, something you talked about earlier, and then say, okay, well, I'm heading out now, I just need to wrap up the last few items, accept payment, and then I'll be out your way. And then as simple as that. So again, this is a very generic, vague way of displaying what I do, because it's real general. Didn't want to be too detailed, since you got to mold it to your experience. But again, this gives you a decent foundation of what you do, how to set up, what to break down. Again, breaking down, setting up doesn't take me no more than 10 minutes maybe, depending on what I am doing. Again, headlight restoration is a lot different than my interior cleaning setup because I want to keep it very organized. And but other than that, I mean, again, you want to keep it organized, you want to keep your van efficiently, operational efficiency, and then you want to keep your actual setup efficient as well. You don't want to, you can bring everything out if you'd like. It is ideal, but again, it's where do you want to do those trade-offs. So again, like those headlight restorations, I could bring everything out and have everything at hand, but that does eat up some time on the back end when I want to fix everything or clean everything up. And again, so this just comes with experience. Hopefully this gives you a decent baseline on what to do. But again, as you go, you do want to reiterate your process. Don't just keep on doing detail after detail without improving. Every single time you go out, figure out some way to do something better, faster, cheaper, whatever it is, but always be improving on every single detail, even in the smallest minimal things that may seem trivial. Try and get that down, because again, a few seconds here, a few minutes there, compounded over months or so, will save you a lot of time, save you a lot more money, and it's just a better experience overall. So go ahead and leave a comment down below. Tell me your thoughts. Let me know if this video was helpful. Check the description down below, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.